Hi everyone, I'm AK Lee, romance writer and identical triplet. The video I'm talking to you today is how to get away with murder if you're an identical triplet. Now, this is to be taken lightheartedly. This is just some fun and to show some things about identical triplet DNA and blood that you may not have known. So I hope you find it fun and interesting. Now, the first thing you need to know is I am a naturally conceived monozygotic triplet, which means we split from the same egg and we share the same placenta, and we weren't conceived using IVF. The chances of that happening is 1 in 1 million live births, so it's already very rare, and then you throw DNA into the mix. Now, most of you would have heard that identical siblings share the same DNA, and that's kind of true. The majority of crime labs are not going to be able to discern the 0.01% mutation differences in the 3 million gene sequences that people have. So it's going to come back that it matches, it's identical. So for purposes of this video, that's all you need to know. It's mostly identical. So how does this come into getting away with a crime? Well, if an identical sibling commits a crime, a criminal investigator will likely do a DNA profile. If anyone in the population commits a crime and leaves DNA behind, the DNA profile will usually come back saying it's something like a 1 in 1 billion match, and you can prosecute someone based on that evidence. However, if it's discovered that the suspect has an identical sibling, that number drastically drops to 1 in 1. And I don't know if you know much about DNA, but you cannot use a 1 in 1 match in a crime case. You're going to be laughed out of court. So you can't use DNA evidence. You need other forms of evidence. So what about blood type? Being identical siblings share the same blood type, which they also share with millions of other people around the world. So again, blood type is not going to be a strong defense for the prosecution. What about fingerprints? Enough, from up until about 13 weeks of age, identical siblings actually share the same fingerprints, but then they start touching the amniotic sac. This is inside the womb. Then they start touching the amniotic sac and reaching out for each other, and different patterns form on their fingers because of that. So fingerprints can actually be used to identify siblings, but it's basically identical siblings, but it's basically the only evidence that can be used. So the moral of the story there is wear gloves and don't worry if you leave DNA behind if you're an identical sibling. Now, obviously, that was a little bit of fun. I hope you enjoyed some of those interesting facts about being an identical triplet. I've made some other videos about being an identical triplet. Be sure to check them out. Leave your comments below and please subscribe. If you want to know more about me and see photos of my sisters and I, please go to my website, www.fallinlovewithlee.com. And my latest book, Triple Threat, based on identical triplets, is going to be released on April 25th. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.